Welcome. This is the first in a multi-part video series demonstrating the ActoVoice customer engagement platform. In this video, we'll show you how to create your own customer portal, set up an object, and show how the ActoVoice mobile app creates a continuous feedback loop between customers and you. First, let's briefly highlight some business challenges that ActoVoice addresses. As a business, do you struggle with trying to capture the real-time sentiment and emotions of your customers and employees? Do they tend to leverage social media as an avenue to have their voices heard? Is that impacting your brand value? Are you receiving poor ratings on review sites with no ability to resolve issues before the reviews are posted? Are after-the-fact surveys allowing you to aid customers and employees when they're in the moment? Or are they just report cards of how well you've done? Let me introduce you to ActoVoice, where we're looking to redefine the customer experience by allowing customers to establish a continuous feedback loop with you when they are in the moment. To get started, let's visit ActoVoice.com and start the free trial by clicking the button on the side. Here you'll be taken to a registration page to sign up for a free 30-day trial. Let's fill out the page. After you hit the registration button, you'll receive an email in your email account provided. Be sure to check your spam and junk folders in case it was caught inside of there. Once you find the email, click the email and set your new password and log into your account. When you first log into your account, you have a welcome screen that'll tell you to update your account information, create feedback objects, and distribute QR codes. I've already created all the information inside this portal, but let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So under administration, for account information, this is where you enter your business name. This is where you can upload a photo, give a business description, put your business email address, and put the address of your business. And then here's where you decide what are the default options you want to have turned on for the app that users would use when they connect with your business. You can turn on the feedback capabilities, the survey capabilities, and the request assistance capabilities. If you turn on request assistance, you can enable the call now capability, where you can enter a phone number where people can direct call you, and you can also enable a self-service capability where you put a URL for your business that would provide some support information for your customers. These are all the default settings for the objects that you would have within ActoVoice. I will now show you how to define each object and how you can set custom settings for each one. Under administration, you click under objects. You can see in this window here, we've already created a bunch of objects within this portal. If you want to create a new object, you give it a name. Keep in mind, an object can be anything you want to collect feedback on. It can be a product, it could be a location, it could be a person, it could be an event, pretty much anything you want to collect feedback on. When you create a new object, what you do is you give it a name, a description. It takes the default settings of what you set up for the business that we showed earlier, which includes a default image, or you can upload a new image. And here's where you can turn on individual feedback options for this particular object. So in this case, we want to have the feedback on, we want to have the ability to take surveys, we want to have call now capabilities, we'll just have them call our main number, and we want to enable self-service, and we just can take them directly to our website. And then we'd hit save. So we'll go back and look at some of the existing objects we already created. Here's a new sports car that was introduced. In this screen here, you can see the information about the object, including a unique QR code that's created by ActoVoice. You can easily save this image to anywhere you want to and incorporate that into any type of collateral, signage, business cards, whatever you want to distribute the QR code on. Once you have the QR code, this is what customers or employees would scan to make a connection with the business. I'm now going to bring up the mobile applications to show you how this works. Once you download the app, you simply click the scan button and scan the QR code. So you can see all the information on the left-hand side is what appears on the right-hand side. And because we've enabled the three options, you can see the give feedback, get assistance, and take survey buttons available. So first we'll do give feedback. You can give positive, neutral, or negative feedback. Let's give some positive feedback. You'll notice there's an option here that says don't share my identity. This is great if you want to share feedback anonymously, or if perhaps you're an employee that wants to share feedback with their employer but don't want to share their identity. I'm going to leave that unchecked for now and hit the submit button. But before I do that, you do see the paperclip here where you can add any type of attachment, whether it's a picture, a document, a video, etc. In this case, I'm going to leave that off. And now you can see it takes me to my feedback screen, and you can see my latest feedback. And if I click that, you can see the feedback that I provided. I'm not going to jump to the portal to show you what that feedback looks like. In the portal on the home page, you can see there's 3 categories here: assistance tickets, feedback, and surveys. So under feedbacks, I'm going to click positive feedback, and here you can see the list of all the different feedbacks, and you can see the top one I created right here. This is love the new color. Now here you have the ability to respond back to the user and say thank you for your feedback, or a lot of times businesses will set up auto replies where you want to acknowledge the feedback but don't necessarily have to have somebody sit there responding all the time. So you turn on the auto reply. You could also do that for the get assistance requests. In this case, we have it turned off, and we'll go back to the feedback. Also in the feedback, you can see the positive, neutral, negative, and you can sort by any of these or filter by any of these. You can sort by object name, customer name, date, etc. Now we'll go back to the app, and I go back to the home screen. I don't have to scan a QR code to reestablish a connection with the business. I can go to my touch points, and this shows me all the different businesses and objects I've connected with. So let's go back and connect to that first one again. This time we're going to ask for get assistance. And again, these are the features that you enabled for that specific object: the request assistance, call now, and self-service capabilities. Call now takes you to the phone number that's pre-programmed inside that particular object. Let's select the request assistance feature. So let's request assistance for the navigation system. And we'll go ahead and submit that. And again, it takes you to the assistance request on the mobile app. Go back to the dashboard and look at open tickets. You can see all tickets, open tickets, resolved tickets, closed tickets. Right now we're in the open ticket view. You can click all tickets, and you can see all the open and closed ones. But let's filter on open tickets, and again, you can sort on the different columns. So here's the navigation system. You can see where's the instruction manual for the navigation system. So I'm going to reply back to the customer here, and this is where you now have this closed feedback loop with the customer. You have a dialogue with them as simple as you would having an SMS conversation with them. And I have the option of attaching media, a PDF file, a doc file, etc. if I'd like to. So I'm going to hit reply, and you'll notice on the right-hand side, the one appeared to show that there's a new notification on here. So I'll click that, and you can see how it looks like a SMS dialog message. So I'm going to reply back to the business. And this message goes back and forth between the customer and the business. Now, at some point, the business may feel like the issue is resolved, so they can click to resolve this ticket. But it's ultimately up to the customer to determine if it is actually resolved or not. So if they open this again, they can see the business is asking to close the issue. If they hit agree, it moves that over to the close section. And if you come back to the portal and refresh the screen, you can see this is now closed. Now you also have all the contact information of the customer you are dealing with. Now we'll go back to the main part of the app again and go to touch points. And the last thing we want to show you is the take survey capability. So I had already created a survey ahead of time, and that'll be a topic for a different video on how to create surveys. But I'm going to take a survey that was created for this object, and it's a complete mobile-based survey. I have a typical Net Promoter Score type of question here. Give it a 10. Yes. Yes, I'll buy a new car. And again, you can do this survey anonymously or not. Hit submit. And now that survey disappears from your list after you take it. So we'll go back to the surveys on the web dashboard, and this is the top survey right here. I'm going to click Analyze, and you can see my survey results here, my Net Promoter Score, my responses to my questions, and any free text content that I have. So you can see you have, from the dashboard, it gives you a high-level summary of your surveys, the running surveys, pause surveys, total responses, etc. So looking back at the dashboard, this gives you the high-level view of your ticket requests, your feedback requests, and your surveys. The last thing I want to highlight is a lot of times we not have the ability to sit in front of the dashboard at all times. So in the admin capability, we have alerts. And within alerts, you can define new alerts for if you want to do manage by exception, for example. Anytime a new ticket request comes in, I want to send an alert. Or anytime I get negative feedback. But for all the other information, I could just look at my daily or weekly reports. So if you do a new ticket alert, you specify which objects you want that alert tied to. So I'm going to do it for this new one we created. And then you specify who you want it to go to and which people get text alerts for it. So you can do email and or text alert capabilities. And then anytime a new ticket request comes in, those people get notified, they jump into the dashboard, and they can respond back to that user. From the reporting capability, we have some reports that you can look at for tickets, feedbacks, your schedule reports. You can run them daily, weekly, monthly, or set a custom date, summary or detailed information. So right now I can run a report on all my open tickets. You can see all the active dialogue inside of here. So that at a high level is the ActoVoice customer engagement platform. Thank you for watching this ActoVoice video. Please visit actovoice.com for your free 30-day live trial. You can also download our mobile app from the iTunes and Google Play stores, and you can scan the QR code and give us your feedback.